California, where tonight at least a dozen wildfires are exploding, including one so ferocious it torched half of a town, turning neighborhoods into ashes. Our own Miguel Almaguer is in the community of Weed, California, north of Redding, prepared to show us the extent of the devastation there tonight. Miguel, good evening.
Brian, good evening. This is the biggest neighborhood in Weed. We are just off of Oak Street. It's an eerie example of what we saw over and over again today. Just yesterday, children were playing in this front lawn. Their toys are still tossed everywhere. Now, home after home, obliterated.
Jumping from house to house, fanned by 45-mile-an-hour winds.
It's coming over the hill big time.
100 structures, nearly a quarter of this small town was damaged or destroyed. 1,500 people scrambled to get out.
Horrendous. Absolutely just devastating.
Tammy Gonzalez ran to evacuate children from a nearby school as flames barreled down on them.
Did you think you were going to make it out alive?
At one point, no.
With smoke choking this community of 3,000, it wasn't until today that the full scope of the damage became clear. The Holy Family Catholic Church is where Corey Rodriguez was baptized.
It's like out of a movie. Especially a church where I used to come like every Sunday. Yeah.
Just across the street, the lumber mill, a major employer for the town, was fuel for the fire.
Like a firestorm.
The Bernstein family lost the home their children grew up in.
A lot of just, the sentimental stuff, so it can't be replaced.
From 4,000 feet, we can still see hot spots on the ground. This fire is still very active. It could change directions and attack homes at any moment.
Tonight, California's fire season is in full swing. Near Sacramento, tense moments when a crew of 12 deployed their fire shelters as flames overran their position.
We'll need to give them support to get out of there.
The crew rescued, no injuries, but a close call. But in this small town, the damage is done. Everyone knows someone who lost something.
People's lives are ruined. This town, I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this.
Recovering is hard to imagine when you see so much destruction in such a small place. So many people we spoke to tonight say they're not sure if or when they will rebuild. If there's any good news, this place is roughly 20% contained, but Brian, it'll cost tens of millions of dollars to clean up and rebuild.
What an incredible scene there in Weed, California tonight. Miguel, thanks.
Good morning, McLaughlin. I'm Dylan, and this is Jasmine. We are from the leadership class, and we have a special announcement. As you can see, the students in Weed had just experienced a devastating tragedy. We wanted to find a way to help, so Mrs. White contacted the principal at Weed Elementary, a K-8 school in Weed, California, and she asked if the students at McLaughlin could partner with them to provide some help and encouragement.
So what we came up with is this. Rather than doing a coin drive or a jaw-a-thon type of activity, we decided to get creative. We realized that we may not all have extra cash to give to this sort of thing, and Miss White didn't want us to go door to door asking for donations. And we all have the ability to do our own acts of service in our own community. We can all put a little time and effort to help the students in our own neighboring town.
So this is the idea. Tomorrow during advisory, McLaughlin staff and students will do a neighborhood cleanup. We will provide trash bags, gloves, and a mapped out area, and each advisory class will be assigned a couple blocks to pick up litter along the streets and gutters. This will be a 42-minute intensive effort.
In return, several businesses in Medford have agreed to sponsor our school by making cash donations. Businesses in Medford are very happy to support these acts of service and are very proud of the students of McLaughlin. In addition, a collection box will be placed in the main office so that students, staff, and parents who would like to make a donation are able to do so. We will give all the money raised to the students of Weed Elementary School.
So tomorrow, dress in comfortable shoes, knowing that during advisory, we will be going out to do community service and neighborhood beautification. Why? Because we are Bulldogs and we are awesome. Acts of service and acts of kindness are always welcome.